Get down to the country, baby. This how we do it. Listen. It's a country. Feeling good, feeling fine. Big old boots and dance line. Had a hard week, all week, but now it's party time. They're rolling up and pouring up in space game. I'm the next one. Girl, you're looking mighty sweet. Let me see what's in your cup. Till I can't go more. Grab your girl and get down on the floor. It's a country party. Oh, in the home. It's a country party. Oh, in the home. King George and West Love. Nobody's hating, ain't nothing but love. I'm going over to the dance floor, cause I'm starting to feel what's in my cup. Prettiest lady by her hand, I asked her if she wanted to dance. She said no, she's been waiting on the chance to take me inside and get me out my pants. This country life, yeah, I can't no more. Yeah, you gotta grab your girl and get down on the floor. It's a country party. Yeah, going on. Country Step to the left, step to the left, step to the right, step to the right, kick and step and kick and step and step around, step to the left, step to the left, step to the right, step to the right, step to the right, start over again, step to the left, step to the left, step to the right, we in the country.
Everybody, what is going on? I know y'all was waiting on me. I know y'all was waiting. But there's not a lot of people that come over here, so I just kind of check and do what I need to do. Make sure that my music is good, because y'all already know I'm in here for a teaspoon anyway. But anyways, before I get started, I thank my advisor kings, advisor queens, advisor honeys, and my advisor princesses. Thank y'all. Thank you guys. And thank you guys again. I say this all the time. Every time I go live, I always say thank y'all for, just kind of hanging in there with me and stuff. Because, I already know, my live streams, they're not like what they used to be. But that's okay, because I know a lot of these other channels, they may be on top right now, but eventually things are going to change. Things are going to change. So, but I'm just getting in where I fit in. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing I can do. I can't do nothing else. I can sit up here, I could talk, pop my shit and all of that. And if nobody comes up, then hey, I mean, it is what it is. But everybody is welcome. I opened a panel. For people that either they want to showcase, their talent, or if they got a channel, they could tell us what it's all about and stuff. You know what I mean? because, like I told you guys before, it seems like, my music doing a lot better than my live streams now. But hey, that's okay too, because when I show, when I put my music up, those that know me over the years and stuff, y'all know I'm very versatile with my channel, and including my music. You know what I mean? I try to, give people what they want, being it, gospel. Well, I haven't done gospel in a while, but being it a little bit of country, y'all know, when I put that crazy shit up with the food stamp thing. And then, the song that I did tonight or earlier today, that hopefully, that could kind of help someone that's either went through some abuse, or that, in the past, that overcame or whatever, or that's going through it now, just to let them know, hey, it might have happened to you, but it happened to a lot of other people as well too. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to put up relatable music that some girls, young and old, that can understand, where I'm coming from and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I'm hoping that other people, come up tonight. I didn't drop the link yet, but I will. I will. I'm gonna drop it now, y'all. So holla, yeah, hold on, hold on, yeah, hold on, yeah. Let me get let me get the link. Hopefully my phone won't be ringing off the damn hook like it did before, because I had to apologize to y'all. Hey Erica, where are you? How are you, girl? Nigga said, where you at? I'm her, girl. I'm her. I'm her. So yeah. So I dropped the StreamYard link, y'all. You know, before I'm telling you, before it was tough. Because I didn't know where anything was. It was like StreamYard closed up, this and that and all of that stuff. But then, I had to go back to, I had to go back to my regular, you know what? Why should I pay $25 if I'm not holding like I used to? I'm not holding like I used to. So I shouldn't have to spend no money. And I haven't been. You know what I mean? Now when my live stream start picking up and I start getting more people in, and and everything, then yeah. Then I'll start going back and getting that $25 package again. But I'm gonna tell y'all, for those that don't hold a lot of people in your live stream, don't pay. Don't even think about paying $25. Just do regular StreamYard. That's it, because you can keep that $25 and do something else with it and stuff. Especially if nobody's really coming to your show, but maybe like you know you may get maybe tops maybe 7-8 people or whatever. But I'm just saying, once your live stream start picking up again, then you have that decision of being like, you know what, let me go ahead and get back into StreamYard and pay that $25 and stuff like that, because certain things you don't pay, you can't do anymore. You know what I mean? You can't have your icons in the corner of your screen and stuff like that, because you ain't paying shit. You ain't paying, and StreamYard be like, you ain't paying shit, bitch. You just strictly StreamYard, and that's it. You ain't getting nothing else. You ain't getting no bells, no whistles. You just getting straight basic, and that's cool. They're cool. You know what I mean? So I don't really have no topic tonight. It's just that if somebody, far as a guest or something like that, want to come up, pop up, say hi, I don't know, just talk about anything or whatever, they can do that. You know what I mean? But y'all already know how I am. Y'all know, I'm a talker, I like to have fun with my channel, and I think that's what it's all about. People get me, and some people may not get me, but that's okay. I've been a YouTuber for a long time. You know what I mean? And This is my job. I ain't gonna get paid for this bitch for another couple of months, but that's all right too. Sometimes you just gotta learn that, hey, this is what it is. Some people take this shit real serious, especially some of these men on YouTube. I don't know if they have this as their job, or if they work at a job and then come home and then get on the computer and do it. I don't know. But some of the motherfuckers, I think, they got too many goddamn kids. They can't do nothing but sit on YouTube. Let's just be real about it. Because they can't afford to pay no damn child support. They got too many damn babies. You know what I mean? So their only income right now is to be out there slinging drugs or being on YouTube. That's it. Or TikTok. Because I heard TikTok is blowing up. And now I'm pretty sure it's going to be called the Black TikTok. YouTube is going to be watered down, played out, and all that shit. And everybody going to be going to TikTok. Because TikTok, you put up a good video, you can get a follower. You can get a good follower and stuff. I haven't done TikTok. I don't know too much about TikTok, but I think I might move on over there because, yeah. So, when in Rome, you do what the Romans do. Because, I don't think it's like, you got all these guidelines like YouTube and shit. You got to have these watch hours and this and that and stuff like that. I feel for the people, that has to do all of that stuff because it's hard. It's hard if you don't have the right content and you don't keep people's attention. They're not going to really tune in to anything that really you got to say and stuff. They may tune in for a little bit, but it's not going to really be enough to satisfy YouTube to make it like your watch hours are going up. You got to have something really, really, really out there and something that's going to catch somebody's attention. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people, when they watch my videos, being at my music or my live streams and stuff, they might sit back and they may hear some stuff, what I be saying and stuff like that. But hey, I be trying to keep it real. And I think that all along I have been keeping it real. I think that a lot of people just don't, understand me or even get me, but that's okay. That's okay because I'm here, for my subscribers. I'm here for my potential new subscribers. I'm here to entertain because that's what a content creator do. You know what I mean? They create content. They don't create mess. You know what I mean? Like some of these other channels down here and shit, like on YouTube and stuff. You know what I mean? I really don't be on YouTube like I used to because I know that it's so many new people on here, just doing their own thing and just being completely, nasty that I just don't know. You know what I mean? Only thing I know is I just know who was here when I was here. Those are the only people I can relate to. I can't relate to some of the new faces and the new people and all of that. Yeah, they probably heard about me. They probably heard about Miss Brown and all that. Yeah, Miss Brown, she's an OG. She's been on these YouTube streets, da 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 da. She's been in many battles and fights and all. Yes, all that. Y'all already know the ones that do know me. But the ones that's new, they don't know shit about me unless they go back in my library and they find out how I am. And then they find out a little about Miss Brown. You know what I mean? So I did drop the link and shit. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell y'all though, these last couple of live streams that I did, I ain't getting paid for none of this shit because I keep running those copyrighted music. So as long as I do, YouTube is not going to pay me for these. I know I'm not going to get paid for this video. I know I'm not going to get paid for last week's video. I know I'm not going to get paid because as long as I keep running other people's music, they're not gonna pay me for it. But I still leave it up. I still leave it up because I still want my people, my subscribers to still enjoy my page. So it's like, okay, I'm up here, but I'm really not getting paid for it. I already know I'm not because I play copyrighted music. you know, and only way, I may get, um, the premiums or whatever. I gotta change it. I gotta change the song. Hmm. Would I change it? I don't know. 9 times out of 10, y'all know me. I don't change it. I'd be like, fuck you. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm using somebody else's music. YouTube ain't paying me for it. So therefore, that it is what it is and shit. I'm here to entertain, let y'all know that I'm here for you. And hopefully, some people will come up and hang out with me. Hey, how you doing? I don't know where Miss Lakers at. How you doing, girl? How you doing, girl? I ain't seen you in a minute. What's going on with you? Huh? You had to tell me what's been going on down these old crazy watered down YouTube streets and stuff. Please don't tell me that it's the same shit that we heard 3-4 years ago. Just a different story. Because we already know how that go. They come up with these little stories and they just water them down. It's water them down and all that stuff. So yeah, I can't believe you call your goddamn self pastor, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? you know, um, yeah. But you know what? Yes, she said I'm blessed as always. Exactly. Yes, 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 girl. Yes, 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 girl. Um, I'm glad that you stopped by and all of that. And I hope you've been also tuning into some of my music because I have been putting up a lot of music, you know what I mean? Some people are gonna like it. We understand that, and some people ain't gonna like it. That's okay too. But it's just there for your entertainment. You know what I mean? A lot of people like, oh, we putting up all this music. Why? Da, da, da. I just, you want variety with your channel, especially if you're a content creator. You're constantly going to be creating content. Being it music, being it a cooking channel, being it, a clothing haul or whatever. You know what I mean? Something that somebody out there could probably use. You know what I mean? So yeah. She said, I'm a pastor. I hear you, girl. I hear you. I don't listen. I don't know where Miss Lakers is. Okay. Okay, you said my brother is too. Okay, I'm just from that hood. This is my life. All right, I hear you. I hear you. Okay, that's good. You say your brothers one too. That's good. Okay, okay. Well, so you don't have your YouTube channel anymore? And if you do have your YouTube channel, is it for, church or whatever, what? Because I know you ain't gonna be with all that dragging and crazy stuff, especially if, people see that you a pastor now. You know what I mean? Um, because back in the days you was just called Mac Ash. That was it. You know what I mean? You wasn't called nothing else. But but we get it. Oh, okay. You said I do. I'm just you. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Oh, okay, okay. But do you go live though? Because if you go live, I definitely want to pull up and check you out and see what's going on. Uh, okay. Hey, Gordo, how are you? How are you? How you doing, Gordo? Yeah. See, Gordo, he's another one too. He's another one that, he's an OG down these YouTube streets. You know what I mean? And at one time, he held quite a few, a lot of people in his live streams and stuff like that. But sometimes, things change. People change, and especially when it's just too much stuff going on. You know what I mean? So basically, we are all OGs, like myself, like Gordo, like whoever else. We all just have to get in where we fit in, you know what I mean? But still try to, make our subscribers, happy and be able to see us. You know what I mean? Oh, wait a minute. One man band says Queen Lakers got him a car. Wait a minute. Queen Lakers ain't getting nobody no damn car. What you talking about? Queen Lakers will get me a car before she get one man band a car. Let's be real about that. No, I don't think she did that. Not Miss Lakers. No. Mm-mm. Miss Lakers will get me a car before she get one man band a car. And what is one man band doing anyway? What is he? What has he been up to? He's still. Don't tell me he's still doing the same old bullshit that he was doing back in the days. Oh, that's the new content. Oh, damn. No, no, Miss Lakers ain't like that. She ain't gonna buy nobody a car. If anybody she gonna buy a car, she gonna buy a car from me. But no, Miss Lakers ain't no. That's definitely cap. I think that's just something that one man band probably wanted her to do. What? Why he? What? All that goddamn YouTube money, one man band made and all that stuff. I know he can buy his own damn car. He don't need nobody to buy him no car. Oh my God. I'm surprised he's still floating around these damn YouTube streets. Talking about this is just, I don't know. But we already know, if you want some content, you want to create some shit, you can create some stuff on YouTube. You know what I mean? Yeah. Um, wow. So what kind of car? I'm just curious. What kind of car did Miss Lakers buy one man band? Does anybody know? Why would Miss Lakers buy a one man band a car? You know how many cars Miss Lakers got? Miss Lakers got at least 9 cars herself. If anything, if she wanted to, she wouldn't even do that. She'd just be like, give them a car, send them up a car or something like that. But no, I don't. Wow. Oh, you said play his video. So he said, okay. So what is she saying though? Did she say out of her mouth that she bought one man band a car? He gonna strike you. He not gonna strike you. I know he ain't gonna strike me because one man band know how I'll get on his ass. He already know me. But I ain't got no problem with one man band. So I think no, I haven't seen him in a while, come to think of it. I haven't seen him in a while. Yeah, I know she's normally my host. Yep. But she probably got something to do. But she may pop up. She may pop up because I'm just now coming on. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm telling you, this is my first time ever hearing about this. You know what I mean? This is my first time ever hearing about this car thing. But I already know. Yeah, I know. I don't believe that. She would do that. You know what I mean? And I know if she was around, she would probably she would probably come up and be like, tell her side or whatever. Okay. Oh, Erica. Well, Erica, no. Well, you already know Erica. Erica's like the lowest lane of these YouTube streets, on that side. But y'all know she's the content creator. I think I told y'all, you know, she got her channel going on. A lot of different things that people can learn. I told y'all that. But on the flip side, she can get down in the dirt. She can. So I ain't gonna hold you. She can get down in the dirt. And sometimes she knows being in these YouTube streets. She's the lowest lane of these YouTube streets. So yeah, she come back with all types of shit. But yeah, hopefully Erica tell us what's really going on and stuff, you know what I mean? So yeah, hopefully she'll hit the panel, hopefully, and she could tell us what's going on with this new content about one man band. I hadn't heard about one man band maybe about 2 live streams ago. That's when I've been hearing that, he's been kind of popping out a little bit, you know what I mean? But that's only because I guess he got woke up from the other side and found his way over here into the Mo 3 sector. If it's even called the Mo 3 sector, I don't know if it's called the Mo 3 sector now. It could be called something else. I mean, this shit this is crazy. You said play the video, just the audio. Well, that's something that if he's saying that, but what is she saying? He might just be saying that just to get his numbers up. You already know how it go. Pastor 9, you already know how it go. These niggas out here, they desperate. They desperate for views, they desperate for attention and stuff like that. So, if she did buy him a car, which I don't think she did, but if she did buy him a car, and what about it? I mean, okay, so you saying, okay, it's still the Mo 3 sector. Oh, wait a minute. Of course it's the Mo 3 sector. Well, you know what? I'm just saying, because there's so much different stuff going on, I don't know what is what anymore, just to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Because I thought someone had said that, they were trying to change it to a different sector or something like that. I don't know, girl. I don't know. Things done changed so much around here. All these new people that moved in, all these new people that moved in and stuff like that. But hey, it is what it is. I mean, we allowed them to move in. Plus, we wasn't supporting our own. We wasn't. We was too busy supporting other motherfuckers from across town on the other side, that wasn't even from the Mo 3 sector. You know what I mean? But the original people that was in the Mo 3 sector, they weren't getting no support. They wasn't getting no support. So meanwhile, either their channel started lingering a little bit or falling a little bit. Now the new motherfuckers, the nastier, crazy ones, they're coming up on top, because we already know messiness is always gonna pay. Messiness is always gonna pay. You can't have no channel. You can't have no channel that's boring to somebody. You can't. If you ain't fighting, doxing, cussing, all of that, your channel, no. Not in this side of the tracks. Not in this side. Not on this side of the tracks. No, that is not happening. You got to pack your bag and you got to go somewhere else and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because over here, it's just too much going on. People being jealous of other people's channels and stuff like that, and ready to strike them and all that crazy stuff. Oh, it's just crazy. I only thing I do is I just sit back, run my live stream, and stay the fuck in my own lane. That's it. You know what I mean? That's all I can do. Until somebody come after me, or try to act like they want to challenge me or something. Then I do what I do. You know what I mean? But other than that, I just try to just stay in my own lane, run my own shit, and that's it. You know what I mean? And basically that's what we all could only do, especially the ones that's been here for a while. You know what I mean? That's been here for a long time, and they have been. They've been here for so damn long, so long. I mean, and just like I hate to bring up this content creator, but he's been around here so long. He knows the ins and outs of this YouTube, and I'm talking about MHB. I'm talking about what's his name, Duke Farrell. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Duke is nice. Duke is cool. I have no problem with him. But he's been around here for a long time, too. Duke's been in and out of doing this and doing that and all of that. He should also have a YouTube plaque. He should also be having sponsorships from other people that see his channel, that wants to have him promote some of their products. But because of the section that we're in, that is never going to happen. We are going to be in this bubble, and that's just what it is. Ain't nobody over here ever gonna get no sponsorships. Ain't nobody over here ever gonna get no plaque. I don't care how long you've been on YouTube. I don't care how many subscribers you get. I don't care. If your channel is not up to date, and if your channel is not pleasing to the outside world, meaning the promoters, the some of the big wig people that's listening, and the scoutings and all of that, you're just gonna be stifled. You are going to be where you are. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? And you'll be putting up live streams, yes. And you'll be collecting your subscribers, yes. And you'll be getting your little YouTube money, yes. But you won't be getting that next level. You know what I mean? You'll be complacent on just accepting what it is, the little YouTube money, your little this and that and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't care. They don't care about them damn plaques. You know what I mean? As long as MHB been on YouTube, and Duke Farrell and some of these other big wig content creators like Ratchet and all them other people, and what's his name, Trap House Kitchen and all that, they've been on here for a very, very long time. But you ain't seen a plaque hanging up on their wall or nothing. You ain't. Because they're not the real content creators. They're just up on here to have fun. They're just up on here to have yeah, they may have the subscribers, yeah, they may have the views, but that don't mean shit, because I've always said you could buy your subscribers and you could buy your views, but you cannot buy YouTube plaques, and you cannot buy sponsorships. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it real with y'all. You know what I mean? So it's fun. That's it. You ain't gonna see the motherfuckers that, somebody gonna reach out to them like YouTube and be like, listen, we like your channel and your shit is popping. We want you to do a meet and greet. How many motherfuckers on here do a meet and greet? No. And have YouTube pay for it, or fly their asses to another city and meet their subscribers and stuff like that. You ain't gonna see that. Not over here. Not over here. Mm-mm. You ain't, because a lot of them over here, they're just here for fun. And a lot of them here because they jealous. They jealous of other people's channels and stuff like that. So yeah, they don't want to see nobody get ahead. They don't. What'd you say? Why you don't be over there with your ex husband? Who you talking to? Wait a minute. What? Who? What? Wait a minute. Why don't you be over there with your ex husband, Envy? You talking about me, Mac? Mac Ash? What the fuck is you talking about, girl? Or you argue with somebody in the chat or something like that. Um, I don't know who you talking about, girl. I don't know what you talking about. Who you talking about, girl? I guess you's a damn shit. You wanna bring your dog ass up on the panel, girl? No, he was never my man. What? Oh, you talk about me? Oh, no, girl. He was never. Envy was never. No. Envy was more like, I just remember Envy when he was first trying to get his channel started and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I used to just sit up on his panel because nobody would come. Nobody would come to hang out, but I was there, and I think a couple of other people were there. But we just kind of made it work, and then eventually he started climbing the charts. And what I mean is he just started getting bigger because then he started getting out in the streets and he had storylines. And once he had storylines, he started blowing up. Yeah. You said I'm listening, making fool. Oh, okay. That's cool. Have you been listening to me lately? Have you been listening, Pastor? Have you been listening to some of my other stuff, like what I've been doing? Uh okay. You said, oh yeah, it started. Go ahead, Joseph. Well, you know what? Okay. Yeah, I was just saying, have you been listening to a lot of my other past live streams and stuff like that? Um, yeah. Oh, you said sometime. Girl, why sometime? You're supposed to be tuning into my shit all the time. Stop it. But I thank you though. I thank you. I thank you for, at least tuning in and hearing some of the stuff I say. Do you think some of the stuff that I say is foolish or beyond point, or do you think that I just be talking rubbish? You can let me know. You can let me know. Here's the thing. Some people, they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear the truth and stuff like that. But I've always felt like, I'm gonna be 100 when I sit down and I turn on my camera and I start talking and stuff like that. I'm just gonna be 100. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you what I see. I'm gonna tell you what I think that's going to happen next, and that's just it. If you got a problem and you think that I'm saying it wrong, then the StreamYard link is always gonna be dropped, and then you can be like, you know what? Let me go up here and address Miss Brown because I don't think she knows what she's talking about. You know what I mean? You said I think Envy owes you have. Oh yeah, of course he does. To be honest, you absolutely right. But he doesn't think that. He doesn't think that. So you know what? I just eat that. You know what I mean? So that's what I do. I just eat that because you help motherfuckers. You help motherfuckers grow and stuff like that. And I used to be there like all the goddamn time when nobody was there to help his dog ass. You know what I mean? I would be like, you know what? I'm here. I'm here, and and that's all that matters and stuff. But sometimes I'm gonna tell y'all, sometimes motherfuckers Sometimes motherfuckers be like, you know what? We don't, we don't this, we don't that, we don't, we don't know you and shit like that. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Hmm. So you just have to keep on going with yourself. You know what I mean? I don't know how to play that, Pastor, but I'm pretty sure if Miss Lakers, if she's here, she'll come up. She'll come up and she'll say something because that's crazy. Mm-mm. She bought one man band a car. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. But hey, you know what? This is YouTube. But I know Miss Lakers though. Y'all know her, for being up here and stuff like that. But I just know that, Miss Lakers, she's not gonna be, no. She ain't gonna do that. I think that one man band is just putting some shit out there like that because he just wanna he just want attention now. See, sometimes if you have a good storyline, and Miss Lakers, y'all already know she's the OG. She's been down these streets for a long time, supporting people. You know what I mean? Those the ones that she wants to support. If she don't like you, she ain't really fucking with you. She may come, hang out, look at your show and all that stuff, but she's not really supporting you. She's just going to move on to the people that she's gonna support. One man band, he's been out here, tackling women for the longest. Trying to, damn near be a next what's his name? What's that dude name? Donald Goins. Let's keep it real. He's trying to bite off Donald Goins shit now. Let's keep it real. Y'all already know I'm telling the truth. But I don't know. Shout out to One Man Band. Yeah. But I remember One Man Band back in the days. One Man Band used to send those little nudie pictures. Matter of fact, I still got that picture of One Man Band when he sent that crazy nude picture of himself. But yeah. Anyway, that was when I was in my nasty days. That's when I was in my nasty days. But I just remember, and if One Man Band remember, he sent me that picture. He did. He sent me that picture of his thing with and it was matter of fact, he sent that to me, and it had a drum on top of his hoo ha. And don't be like, Miss Brown is lying. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Because I'm telling you, if I decide to even try to come up on weekdays and be like, fuck it, I'm gonna be nasty, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna say no. Listen, you'll see, but I'm not like that. I'm not like that. I just get in where I fit in. Mm-hmm. But I'm just telling you, you know, One Man Band, he's just ready to pop out. That's just it. He's just ready. He's just ready to pop out now because he's been in the shadows for a while. So now it's time that he wants to shine, but he can't shine unless he got a storyline. So yeah. So shout out to him. Shout out to him because I guess it's time for him to shine. He's doing what he do like everybody else and stuff. Once they ready to shine and stuff, they're gonna pop the fuck out. That's it. You know what I mean? but but yeah, y'all hold on. I'm gonna take a small little intermission, and I'll be right back. So intermission is over. Hopefully, hopefully, YouTube won't be like, that's a copyrighted song too. If it is, it is. You know what I mean? But that's okay. That's okay. Y'all already know the show must go on. The show must go on. So we can, we can continue on, to kind of talk. Cause like I said, y'all already know I'm only in here for a teaspoon. You know what I mean? And then I'm the fuck up out of her. But I open the door for people that want to come in to hang out. But if y'all don't want to hang out, I can't make y'all. I can't put a gun to y'all head or anything like that. Me being a content creator, hey, I just gotta sit up here and I gotta talk and talk to y'all and stuff because I'm a talker. Yeah, yeah. Y'all already know me. I can talk. um, and I have my cocktail on deck. I do. I ain't gonna hold you. I have my cocktail on deck. It's Friday. You know what I mean? Mm. And that's what I do. You know, I started to postpone, my live stream because I was like, it's probably other live streams going on tonight. So really, my live streams really ain't shit. You know what I mean? And I know if I feel that way, I know it's a lot of other people that that used to hold a lot of that used to hold a lot of people in their live stream. They know exactly what I'm talking about. But sometimes after a while, when it's like, okay, I know I have to go live because I am a content creator. Hopefully, people that that believe in me, that loves me, will come and at least hit the like button or comment saying, hey, I was here, but I just wasn't in your live. I mean, that's good enough for me. And when I'm done with my live stream, as long as you go back and you watch, you watch my live streams, don't skip through the commercial. Just watch the whole damn thing and give me a view. That's fine too. You know what I mean? That's fine too, because at least that's you're supporting me. You know what I mean? And yeah, I've already came to the conclusion that it don't look like I'm gonna hit 2K. As long as I've been up in this damn YouTube, as long as I've been up in here, and it's like I hate to go. I hate to go in my studio and I hate to go to my page now because every time it was like, damn, will I ever even get there? And y'all know it is so damn hard. It's so damn hard because you got people that ride with you at times and then they get in their feelings or whatever, and then they just unsubscribe. I just don't see how a lot of these content creators and stuff, as messy as their channel is, okay, yeah, as messy as their channel is, I guess YouTube is still going to allow their the subscriber levels or whatever like that and stuff like that. But far as money, they ain't making no money. They is not making no money. No. Not no YouTube money, not anymore. I think yeah, I think that's dead and stanking now. You know what I mean? We already know you people got to depend on other shit now. They got to depend on Zelle and Vero or Viro with the whatever that shit is, and PayPal and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? Because they already know you're not going to make any money because YouTube got too many guidelines. And if you out there like that and you crazy like that and you messy like that, you ain't gonna get no damn money. No, you ain't gonna make no money. You know what I mean? And those so-called people that's got, that's got all those subscribers and stuff like that, you kind of think like, okay, you got all these subscribers and you got all these views and stuff, but are you paying taxes at the end of the year? Because you already know you are a YouTuber and you making all that money and you got all those subscribers. You got it. You gonna owe the government. You are. Mm-hmm. And you're gonna owe the government. Because 9 times out of 10, once YouTube send those papers out, as far as those those 1099s or those W2s and all that shit, you gotta fill that shit out. You gotta fill that shit out, and then you gotta tell motherfuckers exactly how much you made on YouTube. I'm talking about the ones that's got all those subscribers. I'm talking about the ones that's got all them views and stuff like that that make other people think that they bringing home bread. Motherfuckers ain't really bringing home bread. Let's just keep it real. This YouTube, everybody just here just to see, I guess right now, because this is the new YouTube. Everybody out here just to have a good time, have fun with their channel, drag docs, do whatever they need to do to make it interesting for the next person. And that's just what it is. That's what it is. You know what I mean? Hey, I always say now, in this time, in this day and time, it's more like, hey, have fun with your channel. Give two shits what the next person, you know what I mean? Just keep on going with your shit, I think I said that since day one. Regardless on how many numbers you get or how many people come to your live stream, it's not gonna matter. Just still keep going with your shit, because you're gonna get people that's gonna look at you after your show ends and stuff like that. You're gonna get a few people and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And people are always watching. I noticed that. People are always watching. It's like, I don't care if I don't be on here for like a week, 2 weeks, I can just kind of look and just look at my views alone. It's like, oh, okay, 2 people done looked at it. Oh, 3 people done looked at it. Oh, 4 people done looked at it. So people are always going to view you. Once I believe that you're in the algorithm a little bit, just a little bit, you're gonna get a couple of views. But when you're out there in the algorithm and you're really pushing, oh, you're gonna get a lot of people. You're gonna get a lot of people, because I think once you're in the algorithm, YouTube is going to push your video out even more. You know what I mean? So we can go live, we can sit up here all day, all night, and whatever, but it's totally gonna be up to YouTube to decide either you're gonna stay where you're at or they're gonna push you out a little bit farther and let other people come in and see and view and then subscribe to your channel. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? And a lot of times too, let's just keep it real. It could be people that got the link, or it could be people that got the shared and want to try to come in, but they're getting shadow banned because they're not allowed to come into your live stream. Because it's like YouTube is only going to allow certain people in your live stream. YouTube is only going to allow certain people that's catered to your channel. If your channel isn't about doxing and cussing and this and that, YouTube is not going to allow somebody that wants to learn, that's doing fixing cars and cooking, and they're not going to allow that. They're not going to allow them people in there. They're going to get shadow banned. And I don't care. You can look and you think that you see them people, but they're really not there. They're just YouTube is just letting you think that they're there, but they're really not there. That's why, let's just keep it real. A lot of people that go live and stuff, they may have 100, 200 people in their damn lives, but then when they get off, They're like, wait a minute, if I had that many people in my live stream, why don't my subscriber levels go up? Why is it still the same? Or why is it only like 3 people that subscribe to my channel and I had over 100 people in my live stream? That's only because YouTube is making you see what you think, and it's really not that. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. You know what I mean? And that's only because it's the way your channel is. You represent your channel. So if you represent your channel and your channel's dirty and you dirty and you're a doxer and you're a and you're a whistleblower down these YouTube streets and a tattletale and all that shit, you're gonna get whistleblowers in your shit, tattletales in your shit, doxers in your shit. That's just what it is. You're gonna get shit you always gonna get subscribers that's catered to your channel because that's how you are. That's what it is. You ain't never gonna get no doctors, no nurses, important people and shit. You ain't never gonna get that. No. You're not gonna get that because that's not what your channel is about. Now if you was across town, and you had a total different channel and you got hooked up with some great content creators, as far as some of those Caucasian people that's really taking their channel, your channel is going to blow up. Your channel is going to blow up. But then you got to make a decision. Either you're going to stay on one side of the fence or you're going to go over and play with the devil. That's it. You know what I mean? And that's just how this YouTube shit works. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. You know what I mean? Believe me. I've been there, I've been on the low side and I've been on the high side, but then after a while I said, you know what? I'm just going to be on the side that I'm going to stay neutral. I'm going to run my shit. Hopefully people see me, and if they like my content, they'll subscribe to my channel. I'll pick up subscribers, and they'll come in. That's it. You know what I mean? That's it. You know what I mean? But like I've always said, I could sit here, and I can talk and talk and talk and stuff because that's what I do. Content creators, that's what they do. The ones that that have channels and that's not about that messy shit anymore. Can I be about that messy shit? Hell yeah. I'm Miss Brown. Hell yeah. Y'all know my jacket. Y'all know me. Y'all know my jacket. You push the right buttons, Miss Brown is going to get out there and dance. You know what I mean? I don't want to dance, but sometimes, hey, you play my song by fucking with me. I'm getting out there and I'm dancing. I'm gonna show you I ain't no joke. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. But I just want to live a good life. I just want to just do what I need to do, run my live stream, stay in my own lane, talk about what I see down these YouTube streets, talk about what I see about these other so-called phony ass content creators. And y'all already know who the phony content creators are and shit. Like I'm gonna tell y'all again before I get out of her. Regardless on how many subscribers people have on here, regardless on how many views they have, look how long they've been on YouTube. And they still do not have a sponsor at all. And they still don't have a plaque, a YouTube plaque showing that they hit this amount of people and all of that. They're not. There's 3 YouTube plaques. For those that don't know, it's 3 YouTube plaques. You hit one plateau, you get a plaque. You hit another plateau, you get another plaque. You hit another plateau, you get a silver plaque. No, you start off with the silver, and then you go gold. And you've been up on YouTube for what, 8, 9 years, and you got all these subscribers. You got like 13, 14, 15, 16,000 subscribers. Come on now. Where you should have something. You should have something that shows a certificate or a plaque or something, a sponsorship, something. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. But hey, this is YouTube. So everybody here just to have fun, get their shit popping and starting and all that other shit. People are dragging, and the guys, whew, God, these guys, I talked about these guys before up on YouTube, but hey, y'all already know, I think they just have too many baby mamas that this is the only thing they can do. This is the only thing they can do to keep money in their pockets and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So they gotta sit there and they gotta watch either they girl kids, they wife kids, or something like that. While the wife probably go to work, either she a night nurse, or she works or whatever, or you know, he just be in there and he just figure out a way that he can make a couple of dollars. You know what I mean? By being on his YouTube thing, and that's where the family comes in at. It's so many people out here now, I believe, are family. You got the grandmama on here. You got brothers. One brother told another brother. Now the brother got a channel. Now this brother got a channel. Now the brother done told his homeboy. Now homeboy got a channel. Homeboy done told his girl. Now the girl got a channel. So that's what it is. That's what it is. They done stayed in the classroom. They took notes running down these YouTube streets and stuff like that. Or they just said, hey, you know what? I know how I can make money, and basically that's what they've been doing. That's what they've been doing. You know what I mean? It's always been like that. The subscribers always been taking care of the content creators. The subscribers always been buying the kids clothes and buying cars and buying this and buying that for the content creators and stuff like that, because as much money, I'm pretty sure, as they give their channels, especially the messy ones. Now, OG motherfuckers like me or Gordo or whoever else and stuff like that, we're not gonna or Erica, we're not gonna get those perks. We're not. Let's just keep it real. We're not going to get those perks. We're not gonna have, like, 5 and 6 people come and be like, hey, I got, here's $10 for you, here's 20, here's 30. No. But if we changed our channel and we was crazy and nasty and this and that, oh yeah, we'll get all that all day. We know how this thing works. We do. We know how it works. But anyway, y'all. On that note, y'all, hold on. Let me get some music to take us up out of her. Hold on, y'all.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. What that make you? Good? You're not good. You just know how to hide, how to lie. Me, I don't have that card. Me, I always tell the truth, even when I lie. So say good night to the bad guy.
Yo, Jay, you need to stop, boy. Yo, Jay, you need to stop, boy. Yo, Jay, you need to stop, boy. Yo, Jay, you need to stop, boy.
The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
All right, everybody. All right, that is the end of our show. I want to thank my advisor kings, advisor queens, my advisor honeys, and my advisor princess. Y'all already know what to do. Please, please share me out. Share me out. And for those that I did run down these YouTube streets a little bit tonight. Don't get in your feelings, far as one man band and da. I'm just kind of commenting on what I heard tonight and stuff like that. I mean nobody no harm. I'm just getting in where I fit in, and I'm just talking about what I see. Once you've been an OG down these YouTube streets, you kind of know, you know the ins and outs of stuff, and where a person's channel is actually going. But some of them really don't give a fuck. They don't care where their channel going. The only thing they care about is getting money from their subscribers any way they can, you know. And that's just how this shit is on this side of the tracks. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But anyways, I love y'all. Y'all keep y'all notifications on for next week in case I come back. Because you never know when a bitch might come back. All right, I love y'all. All right, we the fuck up out of her. All right, bye.